Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Ellie of Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with a whiskey review. And what I'm looking at is the Woodford Reserve Distiller Select Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Now, I've had this before. I've had multiple bottles, and as you can see, I'm getting down to the bottom of this 750 ml bottle as well. We did an examination on Ron Ontario's channel, Louisiana Beer Reviews, so definitely go check that out. He also does numerous taste challenge videos with this and other whiskeys. He's got a great channel, so definitely check him out. Also, I was watching Robert the Whiskey Scout earlier. He was doing a live taste comparison video, not with this bourbon, but with two other bourbons. He's one of the most knowledgeable people on YouTube when it comes to whiskey. And I have a special place in my heart for bourbon. Bourbon is definitely my favorite style of whiskey. So anyway, so I'm going to review this bourbon for you guys. Let's give it a pour. It is 90.4 proof, which is 45.2% alcohol. It was introduced in 1996, and it is a Brown-Forman brand. All right. There we go. There's the pour. Nice, rich caramel color. Some alcohol legs going down the glass. Actually, it kind of starts out as an alcohol ring, and then it starts forming legs. So not the best alcohol legs I've seen. They're kind of developing a little bit, but there are some minimal alcohol legs there. There's a glare. Sorry about that, guys, but there you'll just have to take my word for it. There's some nice alcohol legs developing. And it is super clear, no sediment or anything, which you typically don't get with whiskey. However, sometimes you might with some of the lesser quality products out there. All right, so the aroma. Oak forward. Definitely picking up on the oak. Not a super heavily charred oak, but definitely a nice oak presence on the nose. Some caramel toffee notes. It smells good. I love bourbon, guys. I mean, just give me Old Crow and I'll be happy, really. That's a what, $10, $9.99 for a 750 ml bottle of Old Crow bourbon. It's hard to beat that. It's just such a good product. This is usually $28 to $32 for a 750 ml bottle for the Woodford Reserve. I want to say I paid right around $30 for the bottle. So caramel toffee notes, a nice oak presence, but not a super heavily charred oak like you get with the Wild Turkey, for instance. That's a higher proof, though, as well. That's 101 proof. The 101 that I'm talking about. The actually the standard Wild Turkey, which I'm not sure what the proof is off the top of my head, but that one also has a more heavily charred oak presence on the aroma and on the palate. But I've read that the Wild Turkey uses the alligator char, which is the thickest, is the heaviest char that you can do on the barrels without the barrels starting to break down. And I'm pretty sure that Wild Turkey bourbons, they do that with all of their products. This one, I don't know how heavily charred it is, but you're definitely getting a good oak presence, like I said, and I'm kind of rambling a little bit. Whiskey is great. I love bourbon, like I said, but I'm not the best at reviewing it. I'll be the first to tell you. So my apologies in advance, but definitely an excellent aroma. The alcohol legs are really coming down nicely now. It's pretty mellow. I mean, you get a little bit if you take a deep inhalation. You get a little bit of an alcohol burn on in the nostrils, but it's really not alcohol forward on the aroma. There's a lot of complexity. You're getting the, like I said, you're getting the oak, you're getting caramel toffee notes, maybe a light vanilla note as well. which I don't think I mentioned already. And that's pretty much all I'm getting. My nose is not fine-tuned for this type of stuff, but it's definitely a very pleasant aroma. So let's go ahead and get into it. Cheers, guys. Mm. So definitely woody. There's a little bit of char coming through, but like I said, it's really not a heavily charred oak presence on the palate. At least not, in my opinion. I'm not picking up a super heavily charred oak, but it's definitely woody. The caramel notes are coming through quite nicely. A light vanilla note as well. The finish is warm, a little spicy. So getting a little bit of rye, I guess. It's like a spicy, peppery finish, but it's not very extreme. It's not a super high rye mash bill, I don't think. I've had some high rye um, bourbons before, some rye whiskeys that have been a lot spicier than this, but it does have a little bit of spice on the finish, a little heat to it. It is warming going down, obviously, but you're gonna, expect that with a 45.2% alcohol by volume product. Um, 90.4 proof is getting up there. I mean, obviously you can get a lot stronger, but it's a lot higher than your typical 80 proof products. Mm. It's kind of developing a little bit as I've been swirling it around the glass and smelling it. The aroma is opening up a little bit more. I'm getting more caramel, more like sweet type notes on the aroma, and the palate. Definitely a little bit more vanilla as I continue to sip on it. Um, really, really enjoyable. It's pretty well balanced whiskey as well because you get the caramel, the toffee notes, the vanilla is developing the more I sip on it, and then you get that little bit of spicy rye type finish, which is really nice. And of course, the oak presence is definitely there, but it's not overly bold. I guess you could say it's not too much to where it detracts from the other qualities of the whiskey. Um, it's maybe like a medium char with the barrels, but it's definitely got a nice woody note, which I like with my bourbons. I like the heavy charred oak stuff as well, but this one is a little bit more balanced than some of those. It's very mellow and smooth, like I said, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't give specific numerical ratings for whiskey because I don't feel like I'm qualified to do so, but I would definitely say that this is in the A range. The price point is a little high, um, considering that I can get some other bourbons that are a lot cheaper that I think are comparable. Um, the Wild Turkey is a little bit cheaper than this, and I think that's just as good, if not maybe a little better. It's got some nice floral notes to it that I'm not really getting with this one. Um, the Old Crow at $9.99 for a 750 ml bottle is excellent. If you are new to bourbon and you want something cheap, get get that. Ancient Age is also good. You're looking at $9-10 for 750 ml bottles of some really good stuff. This is obviously a step up from that, from the Old Crow and the Ancient Age, but it's not like blowing my socks off or anything. But it's a solid bourbon, and it's definitely in the A range for me. Maybe A minus, but it's definitely excellent. A step up from this, in my opinion, would be the Four Roses small batch. Elijah Craig. I've had the Blantons, which is a big step up from this. That's a lot more money as well. Um, what else have I had? The Stag Junior may very well be the best bourbon that I've ever tried. That was $75 for the bottle, for the 750 ml bottle, though. So if you want something that's world class, go out and buy the Stag Junior. But your, wallet is gonna feel the hit on that one. It's definitely a pricey product, but it's still less than $100, and it's I mean, for that type of quality, it's really hard to beat because people I know, especially with the Pappy stuff, you know, they're spending thousands of dollars on some of the old Rip Van Winkle Reserve, you know, these super rare bourbons. But anyway, I've gotten off track a little bit here. An A product, a very great, excellent, actually, bourbon whiskey. It's definitely worth checking out. It's been around for a while now. It's got quite the reputation. It's an excellent product. Um, and if you've gotten into some of the cheaper bourbons and you want to take a step up, kind of go middle of the road, this would be an excellent one to do so with. So that'll do it for this whiskey review, guys. An A for the Woodford Reserve Distillers Select bourbon whiskey. So hope you all are having a great day. Uh, Thanks to Robert the Whiskey Scout for inspiring me to do this. I watched, like I said, I watched his taste comparison video earlier, and it kind of inspired me to do this bourbon tasting and review. I haven't done one in a while, and I almost forgot to do this. I thought I had done it earlier on my channel, but I had not, and I'm glad that I'm doing it now because, as you can see, it's good stuff. The bottle is almost gone, so I have blabbed on enough. I hope everybody is having a great day. I probably already said that. And until next time, everybody, cheers.